Welcome back to the SN Podcast, Episode 9. Today I'm here with Dom, Sam, and Cross, who is finally back after a 2-week span of being sick, and we think faking his sickness to get out of doing work. But today we wanted to discuss the Warriors versus the Suns. This game is on Tuesday. So we wanted to talk about the preview of the game since both of these teams are at the top of their conference, the Western Conference. I believe they're ranked 1 and 2. The Warriors are first, and the Suns are second. So I wanted to start it out. Cross is going to start out and tell you about the Warriors. Then Sam is going to go next and talk about the Suns, and then I will try to finish it up with a summary at the end of the podcast. So Cross, give us what's on your mind.
Okay, so I'm going to be talking about the Warriors. Obviously, they have, I want to say that the best player in the league right now is Stephen Curry. He's averaging about 28.6 points a game, 5.8 rebounds, and 6.8 assists. But not only do they have a great starting five, but their bench players are putting in the work too. We have Andrew Wiggins scoring about 19 a game, averaging around 4.6 rebounds and 1.6 assists. Jordan Poole averaging 18.1 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 3.4 assists. Damian Lee averaging around 8.9 points. And then Draymond Green playing a huge part for the Warriors, not only defensively, but he's actually doing pretty good in scoring this year, around 8.7 points. But if we're going to be talking about this game, some of the stats, Stephen Curry put up 36 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Draymond Green actually had 32 points, which was mind-blowing, around 11 rebounds. So he had an amazing game. Andrew Wiggins, 33 points. And Jordan Poole, he had 35.
Who ended up getting the win?
The Suns.
Okay.
It was 96-104. Suns are 18-3. Warriors are 18-3 now, but the Suns are on an 18-game winning streak. So it was kind of a.
I personally believe that they will be. I think the Suns will be back in the finals. If it's not the Lakers, the Warriors. If it's not the Lakers or the Warriors, it's gonna be the Suns.
I think the Warriors are gonna be in there.
I think it's gonna be the Lakers.
I think it was a fluke.
I think it's gonna be the Lakers.
The Lakers.
Yes.
The Lakers are like 1-50.
I know they have slow start to the season, but they have the GOAT.
Oh my God.
The King.
The GOAT.
LeBron James. But anyway, we're getting off topic. The Suns are very all around good. They have a head coach, Monty Williams. Very good head coach. I think he did win Coach of the Year last year, or he should have won Coach of the Year last year. He took the team to the finals. They did come up short against Giannis and the Bucks. Bad loss. I think they should have won. They had overall better talent, but the Suns will be back. And if it's not the Suns, if it's not the Suns, it's gonna be the Lakers. If it's not the Lakers, it'll be the Warriors. But let's pass it to Sam.
I think it'll be the Warriors and the Suns.
Yep. Let's pass it to Sam.
How about Chris Paul? First of all, in the fadeaway jumper.
Listen, here's the thing.
In the mid range.
Everywhere Chris Paul goes, they win. The Thunder, the Clippers, the Rockets. I mean, everywhere he goes, they are winners.
That's true.
They may not go to the finals.
Chris Paul is good. How about Stephen Curry breaking his ankles? You don't want to talk about that, do you?
That's one play.
Right, it's one play.
It's one play.
But Steph Curry is,
Stephen Curry.
Everywhere Chris Paul has been, they've had a winning record.
Stephen Curry is the best player in the league right now.
I agree. But we're getting off topic. I wanted to pass it to Sam.
That was a bad game. Stephen Curry admitted it. He said, Warriors were supposed to upset the Suns' winning streak, and the Warriors let down a lot of people.
But Sam is going to talk about the Phoenix Suns.
All right, for the Suns, they got a 17-3 winning streak going into the game, or 17-3 record going into the game. Now, obviously, 18-3 because they just got the win over Golden State. A lot of Devin Booker, averaging 23.9 points per game, 5 rebounds a game, and 4 assists a game. Averaging, I wouldn't say higher than the average player, but he does average higher than the average player. It sounds weird, but it's not. You feel me? DeAndre Ayton averaging 15.4 points per game, 11 rebounds, which is huge, and 1.2 assists. And then we got Chris Paul all-around GOAT. I think he's better than LeBron, to be honest.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
No.
If you're gonna say anyone, Curry right now.
Huh?
Wait, are you talking about all time?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh?
Are you serious?
No, you're not. You're
I'm
kidding.
being serious.
You're
I'm
joking.
being
So you're saying Chris
joking.
Paul is better than Michael Jordan too?
You're joking.
Michael Jordan's
All right,
one.
well,
So you put
I'm fine with
Chris
that.
Paul,
Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, Chris Paul.
Michael Jordan, Steph Curry,
LeBron.
Chris Paul. What about Kobe?
Kobe,
What about
LeBron,
KD?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaq.
There's somewhere down.
No.
Shaq.
My list:
You guys.
MJ,
Uh-huh.
Curry,
Uh-huh.
Kobe,
Mhm.
KD, LeBron.
That is the worst list I've ever heard in my life.
I can't stand
Both of you
LeBron.
guys have terrible lists.
Well, Chris Paul is horrible.
No,
But my list is
both of
pretty
your
good. My
guys'
list
are
is good.
terrible. That
My
is the
list-
worst statement I've ever heard.
My
in
list is good. Those are all great players. How do you? How,
All right,
how
besides
is
that, Chris Paul's averaging 14.5 points a game, 4.1 rebounds, and 10 assists, which is also huge. 10 assists. 10 assists a game is like, yeah, you're amazing. Michael Bridges, averaging 12.9 points a game. 14 rebounds. That's also huge. And 1.9 assists.
Which is also huge.
Yeah, it's not that good. It's not impressive.
Well, I thought you were going to say that.
All right. I personally think the game was interesting to watch. I'm glad the Suns got the win. I think the Warriors are a little overrated. I don't think they're overrated, but they're winning. But I just feel like it's very early in the season. We don't know how the season's going to progress. We don't know about injuries. I mean, they already have them as a lock in the championship.
What about when Clay comes back?
We'll see. But we'll see. What if Curry gets hurt?
Well, I mean, then
Is he indestructible?
then a meteor
Yes.
strikes.
All right, but I did want to wrap up the podcast by saying overall this game was very, 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 very good game to watch. It was a 10 o'clock Tuesday game.
After our big win, by the way,
After the Niles
Red
big
Dragons.
win, after we got the win. I think both of these teams are going to be. We'll see these teams both very deep playoff runs. We could see them potentially in the Western Conference Finals to go to the finals. But I think it comes down. I think the win came down to Chris Paul and then the supporting cast and how. I mean, Steph Curry, he had an okay game. Not like Steph Curry has been playing, an okay game.
I mean, Draymond Green had 30. Isn't that
and-
kind of unbelievable?
Yeah,
Very
and
good.
Devin Booker and CP3 are having beyond stellar seasons. I think that was the difference in the game.
I think it's because his girlfriend's so hot.
I think it's purely.
They're just a great duo.
They're just great.
Debo can
And his
CP3.
girlfriend's hot.
I think
Yeah.
it is too. I think it's like
That's some of it.
I look at it like when you think of a backup quarterback, like that veteran quarterback that you sit behind. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like that's CP3 and Devin Booker.
What'd you say?
Oh, never mind. But they're having stellar seasons. I think that was the difference in the game, and I'm glad the Suns got the win, especially since the Lakers. I want the Lakers to win the finals.
Since we're ending this up, me and Sam talked about our list. I do want to hear your list before we end it up.
For
Of
best
just I'd say top three. Top
Top
three all
five.
time.
Top five.
LeBron.
All right, top five. Top
LeBron, Jordan, Shaq, Kareem, and
Are you serious?
Shaq
Kobe.
is your number.
Are you
Shaq
serious?
is
You
your
have
number
you have
three.
Kobe over Curry. You have Kobe over KD. You have Shaq over Curry and KD.
yes, no doubt.
Oh my god.
Shaq.
Yes.
Who's just
But
Shaq couldn't shoot.
we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this next week. Thank you guys for tuning into another podcast of SN. Next week we will discuss another surprise sport podcast, which could potentially be our top 5 players of all time and why they are. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.